Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, a.k.a. the Pandy Pods.
A.k.a. one Salmon Couchy,
Two fans of Fauci, a.k.a. two Jews, no Rod Carews.
A.k.a. two bros, no garden hose.
A.k.a. contemplating two extreme tales, really odd while praying to a female gay god. A.k.a. Sklar Charlie Schulman, thank you very much.
Thanks, bud.
I got another one right here, a.k.a. Jewish twin joke makers throwing verbal haymakers, Jason Bullet with a bullet. Pow! That's how we do it, guys. We are back from the weekend for us. I know that you had a show already today from the weekend, so your week has already started. But we're starting once again as we hurtle towards Thanksgiving, and the world starts to maybe begin to right itself. We'll see how it goes. There's just a lot of detritus hanging on. You knew this was going to happen. As long as it's out there, we'll be there to make fun of it. Let's jump into a story right away, and then we'll talk about the stuff we have going on coming up.
Let's do it. And we'll start with a tip, okay? It's never good to compare anything to the Holocaust on social media.
You're not going to...
That's a rule of thumb.
It is what it is, and it's just there's no need to start comparing.
Don't do it unless you're a Jewish comedian who does it in such a way that there's such exaggeration that you're clearly making a point about how bad the Holocaust is. That's
right.
The only way. I won't even compare any list to Schindler's List.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
That's not a great idea.
That's not an avenue you want to drive your car down.
Unless you're a comic. If you are a Food Network host / celebrity chef, don't touch it.
Don't
touch that.
It's like a hot stove. Would you put your hand on the hot stove?
It's like making, I don't know, what's something that like chefs don't make?
I don't know.
Hot dogs.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do a hot dog in a frying pan.
Yeah. Because at some point by doing it, you're going to be cooking up your last meal. Mm-hmm. Food Network star and Iron Chef America host Alton Brown
apologized
Wednesday after making flippant remarks about the Holocaust on Twitter.
All right, dummy.
It's just...
No one came to you to hear your take on the Holocaust.
And flippant on the Holocaust and you not being a comedian, not a good call.
You just strike three, you're out.
Brown became a celebrity chef as creator of Good Eats.
Was he the type of guy? I mean, I don't know.
He's going to be hosting a show called Bad Calls.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Gee.
What can Brown do for you?
Trivialize the Holocaust?
Maybe.
That's what he can do for you.
Brown claims he was commenting on the current political climate, that the Holocaust references were not for humorous effect.
Okay, so
yeah,
now
there's nothing funny about it.
Right, so now you're saying it's real. You actually do believe this, which is even...
It's so much worse. You've made it worse. You thought you were making it better, and you made it worse. You're like, let me add some more pepper and salt to this thing.
Let me throw some more water on this grease fire. You do know what a grease fire is.
You made it worse. According to the screenshots circulating online from now deleted tweets, which always tells
Why'd you delete them, bro?
From Tuesday night. Yeah, why are you deleting them? You don't believe in it? Say?
You're such a coward.
Why are you such a bitch about your own comments? The television personality made references to being moved to camps and asked if there will be striped uniforms like the ones at Auschwitz, or will plaid be in vogue?
So you did try and make a joke.
Yeah.
So that was you were trying to be
funny.
humorous.
And he's, by the way, talking about life after Trump with Biden as president.
Yeah.
Biden as president.
Yeah, Biden's not talking about rounding anyone up. The only rounding up or go get him or rise up is coming from your side.
That's right. So this is what he thinks being asked to wear a mask is going to be like, the Holocaust.
Yeah, whoops.
That's right.
Whoops.
Maybe you want to send that take back to the kitchen because it's not done yet.
It's way underdone.
A little underdone. Mm-hmm. So when one user replied to Brown, "Take it easy," Brown, in a tweet that has not been deleted as of this past Wednesday, was seen by NBC News responding, "Fuck you."
Oh, okay.
So he is taking it easy.
He takes criticism really well.
He's taking it easy because, getting murdered in a gas chamber and put into an oven is exactly like being asked to wear a mask at Trader Joe's.
That's essentially the same thing.
Same thing. Stop Anti-Semitism.org, a nonprofit group dedicated to documenting anti-Semitic behavior, posted a screenshot of one of Brown's original tweets along with his headshot, calling the reference vile.
Call him out on it.
Yeah, this is lose your job kind of stuff. I'm sorry. It
just is.
And if he keeps hosting stuff, then that's a problem.
Exactly. This is the people who put you on the air and are backing you.
And by the way, it's not like you can't find another dynamic chef who can host your dumb show.
Go host Go host a cooking show on Parler, dummy.
The Food Network host of Iron Chef America.
Or Newsmax. I'm sure they have a cooking show that would
Brown
feature.
just spat on the graves of 6 million Jews with his vile, atrocious comment the organization tweeted on Tuesday. That's nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Calling it out. That's how you call someone out.
That's right.
You just spat on the graves of 6 million people. How you like that?
I'm sure when food gets sent back to your kitchen, you spit in that too. You just spat on the graves of 6 million people.
Brown apologized Wednesday for the flippant reference to the Holocaust, and I'm sure his apology will be completely satisfying.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Quote, it was not a reference I made for humorous effect. That's not an
true.
apology.
By the way,
and it's not true.
You did try and make it funny by making the plaid comment, which is not funny, dummy.
But rather to reflect how deeply frightened I am for the country. Are you really that frightened?
So you're not really apologizing.
Nor are you taking it back. You're just saying it wasn't for humor's sake, which it actually was.
Which it was. And you just don't even know. You don't even know what is for humor's sake and what isn't for humor's sake.
In fact, that statement really was a double down.
Yeah.
Doubling down. Brown tweeted Wednesday, it was a very poor use of judgment and in poor taste. No.
Yeah, you would know what poor taste is about.
That's still not an apology. That isn't an apology.
No, here's what an apology is. I'm sorry
for my tweet. I was wrong to compare anything we're going to go through to the awful atrocities of the Holocaust.
It was stupid. I am stupid. I need to stop tweeting.
I need help. I will seek it in order to make up for my unbelievable stupidity. I'm going to donate a sizable amount of money to the place that called me out. StopAntisemitism.org. That's an apology.
Simple.
Why was that not hard for us to do?
And by the way, it goes away after that. What are you afraid of? I guess he's afraid of eating crow. Chefs don't like to eat crow. No, that's what we're learning right here.
Good. They don't like it. Yeah. Brown has become known over the years for his controversial Twitter account and comments as opposed to his food.
Yeah.
Is he a good chef?
Hey, is he a good chef? He's got a controversial Twitter account.
That's not what I want to hear.
No.
How's the food at that restaurant?
Well, he tweets a lot of controversial things.
Spicy tweeter.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Eater reported in 2011 that Brown announced that he was going to leave the platform after someone made a fake account posing as his wife.
Yeah.
So not because of his insensitive tweets and stupidity.
No,
but
because someone else
put up a fake dummy account claiming it was his wife. Okay.
That's when he couldn't talk about a snowflake.
Yeah.
You couldn't take the heat in your own goddamn kitchen, and then you left.
The outlet reported at the time that Brown would, quote, regularly post a bunch of tweets only to delete them in mass, usually within 12 hours. Like a coward.
Exactly. Go back into the kitchen and pretend you're a dishwasher. That's what you do.
Social media. Me, the owner.
The chef's not here. I'm just washing dishes back here. The person who created all this stuff is not here. I'm just washing the dishes.
You can't speak to me. I don't have anything
I have no power back here.
Social media users were upset with Brown on Monday for saying he had voted for Republicans most of his life in a tweet that he also been deleted, but reported on by several media outlets, including Eater and Newsweek.
By the way, Newsweek has gotten ridiculous too.
Brown did not delete a response to a fan, however, who said he was disappointed in the television host. Hey, by the way, I'm just going to say this.
It's okay for him to be a lifelong Republican.
And it's okay for him to say, I voted for that my entire life.
By the way, we have no problem with that. That's not you can tweet that and be proud of that and say that.
I'm going to say to the people that gave this guy crap for tweeting that, don't give him shit for that. He's done plenty of things you can give him crap for.
You're giving him shit for the wrong things.
He's allowed to say, I'm a lifelong Republican. And
that's like if you get a bad meal at his restaurant, which I'm sure he's too busy tweeting to actually care about how well the salmon is pan-seared at times. Right? He's too busy tweeting off a controversial thing. Don't then walk in and say the lighting in the entryway is bad.
Right.
No, call it out for what it is.
Right. And also, I'm just going to say, it's okay to say I'm a lifelong Republican and I'm disappointed at how the election went.
Yeah.
Trump lost.
Yeah.
So did he.
Yeah.
But because he's a bitch, he can't handle it.
He melted down like Trump. Yeah, this is your boy.
He wrote, frankly, you have no right to be disappointed in me, Brown tweeted. None whatsoever. I have used my own platform to speak my mind. You may dislike me, certainly, but disappointed in me should be reserved for, say, bad recipes.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be that, too.
I mean, I kind of agree with him. He's always been a D-bag. So it can't really be, you can't really be disappointed in someone who sucks from the get-go.
Who started out coming in hot.
Like, you can't really be disappointed in Trump. I mean, that's how bad Trump is. Like, we knew he was a piece of shit, and then he actually so bad.
He actually blew expectations out the
He
water.
dug down in the ground below our expectations and disappointed us, and we already thought nothing of him.
There you go.
It's insane. We had no idea that he would basically ruin the world and kill 250,000 people because of his incompetence.
Yeah, you just had no
like I was thinking back to like when he was elected.
Yeah.
We were in San Diego that weekend, and I really did think the worst. And in my mind, I went through bad scenarios. I thought maybe he'd take us to war, maybe he'd take the economy, wouldn't know what he was doing. I had no idea that it would be as bad as this.
Because you could not foresee a pandemic, and you could not foresee an instance where this guy actually had to do his job.
So isn't that miraculous? We had such low expectations for him, and he still disappointed us.
He blew it out of the water. So congratulations.
And this guy, look, again, not saying you can't say you're a lifelong Republican, not saying you can't say I'm disappointed with the results of the election. However,
you cannot compare
what's about to happen after Trump to the
concentration camp.
Can't do it.
Can't do it, and you will not do it.
It's like comparing your food to food at McDonald's. But you know what? I bet food at McDonald's is just as good.
Yeah, at least you know what you're getting. All right. That is our first story. When we come back, another story about a senator in Alabama, a guy with no experience, showing you what no experience looks like from the jump.
Yeah,
from the get-go. You thought all jocks are stupid.
Here's something to back that up.
Where do you see this guy? This is Sklar Country, the Virus Edition. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Listen, we are doing this holiday live Dumb People Town on December 12th. Nowhere Comedy Club. If you go to eventbrite.com, look up Live Dumb People Town, The Dollop Podcast, one of our favorite podcasts, Dave Anthony, Gareth Reynolds. They're coming on. It's Dollop People Town.
Let us be your office party for this year. By the way, lockdowns are going to get stronger. We're not going to be able to go out and do anything.
Let us be your office party. It's Saturday, December 12th, 6:30 p.m. West Coast time, 9:30 Eastern time.
Let's sell it out.
Mountain. Let's sell it out. Already selling tickets. It's kind of going at like a different pace. It's like a handful of tickets every day. I feel like we're going to sell this thing out.
Yes, I do
Mac
too.
Lethal is the musical guest. You guys will love this. We're going to be selling posters that Jeff Tice made that are really good for charity. You can buy those.
Posters and T-shirts. The poster is unbelievable. The logo for the show is incredible. I want one.
And we want to raise money for 2 separate charities, so you can be a part of that and feel like you're doing something good this holiday season and getting a comedy show out of it too. So we love that you're there. Get those tickets. The VIP tickets are selling. They're going to be sold out.
Yep.
And the beginning show VIP is going to be sold out too. So just get on it right now. Eventbrite.com. And then that's Live Dumb People Town. Also check out our YouTube page. We're putting up episodes of Cheap Seats. There's so much funny stuff in there.
Yep.
Take a deep dive. I just went and looked at a bunch of old episodes of Cheap Seats. They're so much fun. Sklar Country is the YouTube page. And on Facebook, we're posting up videos with like kind of director's commentary on certain videos, old stand-up of ours, clips of ours from other shows. And so just check
really
that out
good.
too.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, let's jump into this, Jay.
Okay, so again, we've said this. We often assume jocks and coaches
are dumb. That's a stereotype.
Like big-time sports dudes are dumb. Yeah, that's a common stereotype.
And we know that's not always true. We've met so many brilliant minds in the sports world. Brilliant minds in the sports world.
Steve Young,
Steve
quarterback.
Young's a brilliant
Super
mind.
Bowl winning quarterback was a lawyer.
Jeannie Buss, the owner of the Lakers. We had her on our podcast. I highly recommend you go listen to that. She's brilliant. Thomas Jones, running back for University of Virginia, Chicago Bears.
Rick Fox was a genius.
One of the smart. Chris Webber, a genius guy. Really smart.
Jalen Rose is very smart. Athletes have become president. Athletes have become astronauts. Athletes have become doctors, scientists working on their own CTE issues.
And then some of them are just dipshits
that cancel out all of the good work that these other people have done and remind us that athletes can be idiots. Well,
we got a story right now
of an SEC football coach turned Republican senator that will remind you that some jocks and coaches are just dumb.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. In his first big interview as senator-elect, Tommy Tuberville, which just that name, Tommy Tuberville,
sounds like an idiot.
Yeah, Republican.
I know he won a lot of football games. He's a dummy.
Republican from Alabama, misidentified the three branches of the federal government, claimed erroneously that World War II was a battle against socialism, and wrongly asserted that former Vice President Al Gore was president-elect for 30 days.
So he was like, I'm going to make a dumb comment, then I'm going to go dumber, then I'm going to go really show you that I don't know anything about like current, but I'm going to do politics that I don't know what happened 100 years ago. I don't know what happened 50, 20 years ago. I don't know what happened 300 years ago. I'm really telling you that I don't know anything about what's going on.
At any level. So, you know, Alabama Crimson Tide fans are probably laughing right now because
he used to coach at Auburn and Alabama hates Auburn.
I would use this as a recruiting tool if I could for Alabama.
Speaking of tools, Tuberville, massive
tool. He defeated Doug Jones, the Democrat who defeated child molester Roy Moore, right?
Yeah, which, again, all credit to Neil Brennan, our friend, the comedian, who, when Doug Jones beat Roy Moore, who was a known child molester, by like 0.08, Neil Brennan tweeted, if we can beat a known child molester by 0.08, we can do anything.
Right?
Great job.
Way to go, Alabama. Mr. Tuberville, a former Auburn University football coach who decisively defeated Senator Doug Jones, a Democrat, last week, gave this unbelievable interview to the Alabama Daily News. Just there's nobody clearly in his camp being like, hey man, maybe you shouldn't talk to anyone for
I bet
a
people
while.
in his camp thought he was right.
On Thursday, after attending orientation for new senators in Washington, I'm shocked he figured out how to get to Washington. I'm honest. I don't know how he got there.
Or that he even knew
that that's where he's supposed to go.
This is where government convenes in Washington. Can't believe he figured that out.
Asked if he thought Republicans could still use their potential Senate majority to pass legislation in a divided government with Democrats controlling the White House and the House of Representatives, Tuberville replied that he had been given a mandate to, quote, help people, adding, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Okay,
what does that mean?
That's the tee up for now I'm going to say some really bad shit.
That's right. Here we go.
Our government wasn't set up for one group to have all three branches of government. Wasn't set up that way. Well,
maybe it wasn't set up that way, but it could happen that way.
Mr. Tuberville said, you know, the House, the Senate, and the executive.
No, we don't know. The House and the Senate is one branch altogether.
Does he even know the branches of his coaching tree? What is he talking about? Also, does he
even know the branches of the tree that got poisoned at Tumor Corner?
Maybe. But what I'm saying is, look, if you knew anything about government at all, the government that you're a part of, you would know that the judicial branch is already Republican.
Yeah.
It sways to the right. So there's no way you're never going to be in danger right now of having all three branches going the other way. You just won't. So you're already wrong. You're coming from a wrong place even starting. Mm-hmm. For those keeping score, the three branches of federal government as laid out by the Constitution are the legislative,
which include both the House and the Senate,
which he put into two separate branches.
Sure, why not?
The executive, which is the presidency, and the judicial, which is the Supreme Court, which we told you is leaning to the right.
That'd be like saying, hey, Tommy, so when two quarterbacks play on the field together, right?
Right.
There's always two quarterbacks on the field and quarterback plays on offense and defense, right?
Yeah, the QB on defense. So, you know, the Supreme Court, Tommy, the Supreme Court are people in black robes, some who used to sexually assault women, others who were part of a Christian cult.
You know them.
Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. I'd say it's Constitution 1, Auburn 0 at this point.
I would say Constitution 1, Tommy Tuberville 0.
There you go. Look, he's going to have to air it out at this point.
Yeah.
2 minutes into your senatorial debut.
You're already playing from behind.
Catch-up ball.
Let's go, man.
Asked to opine on the key takeaways from the election, Mr. Tuberville said he was concerned that Mr. Biden, a mainstream centrist Democrat, had promoted a vision that he claimed, quote, leads to a more socialist type of government.
Yep, that's exactly who Biden is.
Socialist.
You pegged it. You nailed him. He is as socialist as they come. Bernie Sanders looks at him as like, look at that socialist
take it
right
easy.
there.
Let's get some capitalism back in here,
hey.
Calling Biden a socialist would be like saying that Vanderbilt is the best college football team in the SEC.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
Are those terms that you can understand, Tommy? Vanderbilt, the best team in the SEC? Because that's basically what you just did.
And let's get into that. Your name is Tommy.
A grown man name is Tommy.
You sound like a kid playing pinball.
A deaf, dumb, and blind kid. Mm-hmm. Not a U.S. senator.
Nope.
Quote, that's concerning to me that we're at the point now.
He's one of those three.
Yeah. He's deaf dumb. He's definitely dumb.
Yep.
That we're to the point where now we've got almost half the country voting for something that this country wasn't built on.
You mean truth and decency? Is that what we're talking about? Like truthfully news and facts and reality and things that are actually happening.
Mr. Tuberville said, quote, I tell people my dad fought 76 years ago in Europe to free Europe from socialism.
Tommy boy.
World War II was a global battle against fascism.
Not socialism. That's not what it was.
Fascism is actually the complete opposite of socialism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fascism, the kind of leadership that your party had for the past 4 years.
Your outgoing leader espoused fascism.
Fascism. Mr. Tuberville also said he planned to use his Senate office to raise money for 2 Republican senators in Georgia who are facing runoff elections that will determine control of the chamber. Senate ethics rules bar the use of official resources for campaign purposes.
He got to shut up.
You got to shut up.
He got to shut up.
Or please keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep exposing yourself as a dipshit. Please keep doing that.
What else did he say?
Another exchange, he erroneously said that Mr. Gore, the Democratic presidential nominee in 2000, was president-elect for 30 days during an intense, protracted recount legal battle.
Of course, neither Gore nor Bush
were president
during that time when the legal battle was happening. I mean, Bush was ahead, and then he stayed ahead when they stopped counting the ballots down in Florida.
I know you have a little boy's name, Tommy, but you were an adult in 2020.
You ran a football team in 2000.
I know that because I was an adult when but Randy and I were adults.
And you're older than us, dummy.
To not know is to not understand the most basic rules of civics and government.
And you are a senator, you dummy.
Alabama, Jesus, maybe you should have stuck with the child molester.
Yeah.
The interview amounted to the most in-depth remarks Tuberville has given since he was elected last week.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder why everyone kept this genius under wraps.
He kept a low profile on the campaign trail, rarely making himself available to reporters.
He's Tommy Tuberville. He coached at Auburn. You want the coach at Auburn? You know Auburn, that school that barely beat Alabama.
So wait, so he only made himself available to conservative outlets, and clearly the conservative outlets.
Well, they really grilled him hard.
They made sure he was qualified.
You ask him a simple government question, and this guy falls over himself.
So he's aligned himself as a staunch supporter of Trump. That's another thing you got wrong, Tommy. Also, Auburn sucks.
Yeah, nothing you do is right.
Nothing you espouse is right.
You can't even get your father's war objectives correct.
You're a disgrace to learning, to education, and to adulthood. Good luck in Washington.
And we're talking about D.C.
Dummy. Don't
Not
go all
the
the way
state.
up to
You're
Washington.
going to go up to Washington
to Seattle
State
and be like, I'm here for work.
I'm here to go. Let's do this thing.
It is amazing to me that this guy's in our government.
I mean, there are children.
There are middle school kids who know more than you about how the government works. They just are. That's insane to me. That should not be that way.
Well, that's the way it is, and that's the way it goes, and that is a show, and that is how we do. We are back in the saddle this week.
Boom.
Doing our thing. Guys, stay connected, stay protected, don't get infected. We love you guys. Wear a mask. This is not a hoax.
But we've got the jokes.
Let's go. Let's get this guy out. Let's get the new people in, and let's start attacking our real problems. We will see you guys tomorrow. La-ti-da. La-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da. La-ti-da.